We are about to climb up to the top of that. So excited. Let's go. When we set out on our cross-country road trip last year, there was one hike that was at the top of our bucket list, Angel's Landing. Located in Utah's Zion National Park, this hike has become known as one of the most beautiful and most dangerous hikes in America, and we had our eyes set on reaching the peak. Coming in at 4.5 miles long and climbing over 1,800 feet in elevation, this hike is very strenuous, but what really makes it difficult is the fact that for much of the hike you're scrambling along rocks with nothing but a chain between you and a 1,000-foot drop below. I think it goes without saying that this hike should not be attempted by those with a fear of heights, but for those looking for a challenge, the views offered here are hard to beat. Don't worry though, if you're not up for doing the hike, we recorded our journey to the top so that you can come along with us from the comfort of your couch. Let's get into it. Good morning from Zion National Park. We are about to do Angel's Landing hike, which is one of the most popular hikes in the park. Also one of the most dangerous. It is a little windy out and a little cold. It's about 6:45 a.m. We're gonna try to catch the very first shuttle bus that leaves at 7 a.m. to take us to the trailhead and get an early start on the hike.
To Emerald Pools from that stop.
Whether you're here for a few hours or several days.
And two local boys named these peaks the Court of the Patriarchs.
All right, we just started the trail. It is approximately 5 miles long. There is a free shuttle that takes you here, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about finding a parking spot at the trailhead. You can just park right at the visitor center, hop on the free shuttle, and they'll take you right here, which is super convenient. There is a permit required in order to hike all the way to the top of the Angel's Landing, so don't just show up expecting to do the hike. You have to apply for a lottery to get a permit. It costs $6 just to apply for the lottery. That doesn't guarantee you're gonna get a spot. If you do happen to get selected though, then there is an additional $3 fee per person to actually hike it as well. They do give you a time slot to arrive. It's either before 9 a.m., 9 to 12 p.m., or after 12 p.m. So make sure you arrive during your time slot and be prepared to show your permit as well. This hike is right inside Zion Canyon, which is all around me. This was actually carved over millions of years by the Virgin River, eroding it away. I think that is where we are hiking up to, right there. When climbing Angel's Landing, we recommend to bring lots of water, at least 2 liters per person, comfortable shoes with good grip, and lots of courage. Weather can change throughout the park as well, so it may be good to dress in layers, especially depending on the time of year you visit. Other than that, it's good to have some sunscreen, snacks, and a bag to pack out all of your trash. Always make sure to leave no trace, and if anything, leave it better than the way you found it.
This is the pace I've been going at. Just kidding. I'm done.
The first 1.5 miles of the hike is a steady uphill climb as you begin to ascend out of the canyon. You are treated to incredible views of the canyon peaks rising overhead, and it wasn't long before our legs were starting to burn from the climb. This was only the beginning though, because after about 1.8 miles, we reached a series of 21 switchbacks, better known as Walter's Wiggles. Check out all these switchbacks. Boom, 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 boom. And this isn't even the hardest part either. You got this.
Do the hard things.
This is where it really starts to get tough, as from here on out, it's way steeper as you work your way through the switchbacks. We were really huffing and puffing on this part, so be sure to take your time and don't be afraid to stop and rest if you need it. Although this part is difficult due to the steepness, it's still on a dirt trail and doesn't require any scrambling. Eventually though, you will work your way through the switchbacks to the final half mile of the climb, which is where it really starts to get tricky. All right, we almost reached the top. We have a half mile to go up to the top of Angel's Landing. This is supposedly the most difficult part. This part everybody knows as the part with the chains. It's only a half mile, but it's a lot of switchbacks. You're supposed to be right along like the edge of the mountain and cliff, and there's just like a chain to help pull you up. Now, we've done a lot of kind of sketchy, scary, dangerous hikes before, so we'll see how this compares to things like the Olamana Trail in Hawaii. I've heard mixed things. Some people say it's super scary, then others are like it's not that bad. So we'll let you know what we think when we're done. I've heard that 10 people have died on this though. It's supposed to be one of the deadliest hikes in America. So we'll see how we do. Let's get going. The final stretch takes you from this lookout known as Scout's Landing up another 500 feet to the peak of Angel's Landing. This chunk of the hike takes place along a thin slice of rock only a few feet wide in sections and requires some scrambling as you climb up and over rocks. There is a chain bolted into the rock that can be used to hold on to and pull yourself up, but it's still a very challenging hike. We consider ourselves pretty experienced hikers, and we were still gasping for breath during this final ascent. Although it can be a little nerve-wracking being this close to a 1,000-foot drop, if you can overcome the fear and look out, the views are absolutely awe-inspiring. Oh, it is gorgeous. This view is everything. If you're scared of heights, this hike may not be for you. But honestly, it's nothing horrible. It's challenging, but not super difficult. The views, though, are incredible. Look at these views, 360 panorama. Everywhere you look, gorgeous. Almost to the top. After what seemed like hours, we finally made our way up the final few feet and reached the top of Angel's Landing. It's said that this spot was named in 1916 by Frederick Vining Fisher, who proclaimed after reaching the top that only an angel could land here, and I must say that the name is fitting because it is truly heaven on earth. Looking out over the vast, beautiful expanse in front of us, we felt so grateful to be here and to have endured this climb, and we're reminded once again why the best things in life often come after challenges and hardship. For those wondering if it's really as difficult as some make it sound, well, it depends. For us, we thought it was challenging, but not the most difficult hike we've done. However, if you're not used to intense hikes and boulder scrambling or have a fear of heights, then I can definitely see how this could be seen as exhausting or even debilitating. If you're unsure, then do lots of research, planning, and if anything, you can always stop at Scout's Landing and skip the last half mile. One thing for sure though, it's easily one of the most beautiful hikes we have ever completed. We made it to the top. Woo! Angel's Landing. It was amazing. The views are incredible. What'd you think of the hike overall?
It was fun. You're scrambling on your hands and your legs, and you're using your strength. You have the chain there just in case, so that you have that peace of mind. But really, it wasn't that difficult.
I agree. Difficulty-wise, it was challenging, but it wasn't like crazy hard. Compared to the Olamana Trail we did in Hawaii, this was nothing. Like that one was like a level 10 difficulty, and this was, I would say, maybe like a 6, maybe a 7. So it was challenging, but it wasn't anything super crazy. But so worth it. The views are incredible. Such a fun hike. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. We came, we conquered. Time to hike back down.
Oh, I almost don't want to leave because it's so beautiful out here.
I know.
But we gotta keep moving.
We spent probably a good hour up here at the top though, just taking the view in. We got some really good pictures, I think, as well. I'll probably put some of them in this video. And what's crazy, this is only our first hike in Zion, so I can't even wait for what the rest of the trip's gonna hold. Thanks for coming along with us on our hike of Angel's Landing. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it helpful if you plan to hike it yourself. We do have more Zion vlogs coming soon, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see the rest of our trip and more as we make our way to all 50 US states in our camper van. Thanks for watching though, and until next time, stay wild. All right, we are back at our campground here at Watchman Campground. Just a side note as well, when we were coming down from Angel's Landing, there were a ton of people coming up. It was way more crowded in the afternoon. So just a suggestion, if you can, try to go early. You do have to apply for a time slot, so if you get a later time slot, there's not much you can do about that, but put like an early time slot as your #1 choice, because it was way less crowded when we first got there than when we were leaving. There were a ton of people coming up, so just something to keep in mind. But yeah, we are back at our campsite now. We made a quick run into Springdale after to pick up some firewood, so we're gonna do a campfire tonight. We're also gonna shower because we're disgusting after that hike. So we just turned our hot water heater on. We're waiting for that to heat up. Take a quick shower, probably make some food, and then make a campfire and just chill. We don't know what we're doing yet tomorrow, so we're probably gonna research that tonight, try to find like a hike or something fun to do, and we'll see. We'll figure that out. See you tomorrow though.